What's up, guys? It is Andrew here, and welcome back to another video. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded here, but I just could not resist talking about this game. And yes, of course, that is Borderlands 3. Created by Gearbox and published by 2K Games, this game is one of a kind. Now, before I dive into this review, I must say that I'm not one of those die-hard Borderlands fans who have played every single one of them. I never played the original, but I played the shit out of the second one, so I have a pretty good understanding of what the games were about. I got the second one about 2 or 3 months ago when it was on sale on Steam, and I was hooked ever since, honestly. Now, these games just capture something in me that I've never gotten with any other games. You know, I love shooters, I love me a good story, and I love good gunplay. And Borderlands 3 does well in most of those categories. Well, most. Borderlands 3 is easily one of the best looking Borderlands games to date, and that should kind of be expected with how long it's been to make this game. I'm not complaining, to be honest with you. The game looks great. Now, running this game on my PC is nothing short of breathtaking, with its unique graphics and designs on every single level that you're thrown into. Borderlands 3 takes you on a journey to tons of different worlds while playing, each having their own design, enemies, new missions that just all look amazing. I love a game that can just make me sit back and look at my screen and just say, holy shit. I've only had a few of those games, one being Assassin's Creed, the other being Battlefield 5. Its art style has to be commended, with as many different worlds that they throw you in. From a Moss planet, to an outer space military base that actually has physics like you actually are in space, to an underground hell-looking area, and many more. Now, I haven't finished the game yet, and I'm currently only level 23, but I've had a good taste of what the game has to offer visually. This game runs as well, and really, I've only had a few glitches with this game, which has involved me getting stuck in small corners, and just me having to restart the game a few times. Along with loading into the game, it does take a second for a lot of the landscapes and environments to load in, and sometimes that can be distracting every once in a while, but damn, I can look past all of that shit and issues, which is how smooth the game runs. Okay, Gearbox was totally not kidding about how many guns are actually in this game. You know, it's almost frustrating at how many times my inventory gets full and how many times I have to make that difficult decision of which gun am I going to sell or drop to make my inventory not full. It's actually kind of annoying, but at the same time, all of the guns actually are different. You know, in Borderlands 2, they had like random little stat boosts, but in this game, they handle differently, they sound different, they shoot differently. It's really a shit ton of guns, and you're really gonna like that aspect of it. But like I said, your inventory gets full really fast, so expanding your inventory is essential. If you don't, you're gonna end up getting really frustrated and probably end up hating the game. But it's a good thing that you have the Sanctuary, which is now a floating pretty much city. It's just a massive ship where you have different storage options for your guns. You know, I really like what they did here with that because it really does make it seem like that's your home base. It's where you go from planet to planet. It's usually where you end the missions to go to the next planet, which is something that I really like. It just kind of brings that out, like, but that element of like, all right, I'm done with this planet, and then you just literally just shoot off to another planet. It's awesome. Along with it being a lot of your storage units, you know, you can do some quests there. There are a few kind of tedious quests that are on there, but I like them a lot, honestly. Now, kind of back to the guns. Like I said, you'll find a few guns that you like to keep around, some of them that you'll want to upgrade, and it just gets filled really fast. Like I said, it gets filled with a lot of shields and mods along those lines too. And along with the guns, there are a ton of different character options to choose from. I chose Zane, a gunslinging missionary, who has some really funny dialogue. His dialogue kind of makes me laugh. You know, and each Vault Hunter just has their different abilities. Zane has the ability to replicate himself as a hologram and focus enemy fire. If you throw a grenade, the hologram throws a grenade too, so double grenades, double the damage. You can also make it seem that, or you can also make it that enemies focus fire on his holograms instead of you. Another ability is his drone. It focuses on enemies and also just deals the most damage. These skill trees are super important to level up as you go because you're constantly going to be using these abilities in gunfights.
Your loss? I'm gonna see how far I can dropkick a human brain. My best is 21 meters.
Wait, oh, okay.
Alright, now let's talk about the story of Borderlands 3. This is kind of where the debate comes in, whether this is a good story or a bad story. I can honestly say it's not a terrible story. Playing Borderlands 2, I can definitely see why people like Handsome Jack better and like that story narrative a lot better. This one, I'm not going to show you really any story gameplay because I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's basically the villains are the Calypso twins. They're a group of twins who are going around terrorizing different planets for their resources, and they have a huge army of psychos that'll literally do whatever they want for them. And that makes for some really good, entertaining banter back and forth, but I can kind of see why people think they're annoying. Some jokes that they have just don't really land that well. I mean, sometimes they make me chuckle, but sometimes I'm just like, okay, you didn't need to say that. Or she'll just randomly come on one of like your headsets and just start talking shit to you, and you're just like, like, did you really need to do that? But I mean, it's not bad. Like, the narrative is there, the progression is there. I really am happy with kind of how they did it. It's kind of hard to follow up with Handsome Jack, him being one of the most fan favorite villains of all time in any video games, honestly, not just the Borderlands series. So I can kind of see why this game gets criticism, but at the same time, I don't know, it's not always fair to compare it like that. I can honestly say I'm having fun with it, so I think you will too. Overall, I am loving Borderlands 3. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Even though I haven't beaten it yet, I plan on beating it, and I will kind of, I'll be uploading gameplay clips here and there on things that I think are really cool. I record a lot of gameplay just because I like looking back on it and seeing kind of where I was. But yeah, like I said, I can honestly say this game, I would give it about a 9 out of 10. On just the gunplay, the story's decent, the character customization, pretty much all of it is there. I mean, a tiny bit of gripes here and there, but in the long run, every game has its flaws, and you can't just nitpick every little thing there. So, like I said, a 9 out of 10, and thank you guys for watching. There'll be more videos coming up soon. Yeah, I know it's been a little while, but your boy is back.